Hello, welcome back to the Watford Way. How are you guys doing? Long time no speak. Of course, we've just had the international break, which has meant no Watford matches, which has given me the time to sit back and relax. But we are back now looking ahead to Watford's game against Leeds United this weekend. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the Watford Way by clicking the button down below. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and let me know your score predictions in the comments section as well. I'll come to my score prediction at the very end of the video. But yes, it's been the international break over the past couple of weeks, hence the lack of Watford content here on the channel. And I have to say, I find the international breaks very, very boring, especially when it comes from an England perspective as well. Of course, England already qualified for Euro 2024, so no qualifying games to play. There's two meaningless friendlies at Wembley Stadium, one loss against Brazil and Jude Bellingham rescuing a late draw for England against Belgium. And I have to say, I wasn't too impressed by what I saw from England. Of course, we had a few injuries as well, but yeah, hopefully our form picks up heading into the Euros in the summer, which I'm very much looking forward to. But yes, we're here to talk about Watford today. And of course, Watford taking on Leeds United. And again, referencing the international matches, a few Watford players were on international duty. Ismail Kone was out with Canada, who I believe qualified for the Copa America. So congratulations to Canada and Ismail Kone. I believe from what I read, Kone had a couple of decent games for them and people highly rated his performances, which is, really, really good to see. Yasser Asprilla scored a goal for Colombia in their game against Romania. Again, fantastic to see Asprilla keeping up his good run of form he's been on lately. Porteous, of course, playing for Scotland. But the main talking point from a Watford perspective in the international scene over the past couple of weeks was Georgie Chapecoense qualifying for Georgia's first ever major tournament. Of course, Georgie Chapecoense is a Georgian international, and yeah, they qualified for their first ever major tournament, which will be Euro 2024 this summer. So congratulations to Georgie and for the Georgian national team as well. Much deserved. And yeah, it's always great seeing Watford players playing at the biggest stage in the world. So I'll very much be looking forward to watching Georgie Chapecoense playing at the tournament this summer. And yeah, hopefully these Watford players continue their international form and bring it back to Watford for a game against Leeds United. Now, where are Watford in terms of injuries? Do we have any players out injured? Any players suspended? Well, Wesley Hugh, I believe, has still got to see out one game of his 2-match suspension. Obviously, he accrued 10 yellow cards, which does unfortunately mean a 2-match ban. He saw the first match out against Birmingham City and is going to have to sit out this match against Leeds United as well. And obviously, Wesley Hugh, one of our more consistent players, will definitely be a big miss. But Ryan Porteous has been playing well lately, as well as Matty Pollock and Francisco Sierralta as well. So hopefully them two players can help fill that Wesley Hughes void. Ngakia and Ken Sema, unfortunately, are longer term absentees. So we won't be seeing Ngakia or Ken Sema in this game. Ryan Andrews and James Morris have picked up a couple of niggly injuries, but according to Tom Cleverley, they should be fit and available over this Easter weekend period. Now, of course, it is the Easter weekend here in the UK. So we have a game on Good Friday against Leeds United, and a game against West Brom on Easter Monday as well. So 2 games in 4 days for Watford. So hopefully all the players are going to be fit and available. Looking back at Watford's most recent game away at Birmingham City, it was definitely a must-needed win. And of course, it was Tom Cleverley's first game in charge of Watford as interim head coach. Now, was the performance necessarily much improved from what we saw with Valérien Ismaël at the helm? I don't personally think it was. I can maybe argue there was a little bit more bite and fight about the players throughout the game, but looking at the whole performance generally, I think it was just a moment of real quality from Emmanuel Dennis, using his place to close down the Birmingham City defender. He won the ball back and he finished well into the top corner to give Watford the win, and that's ultimately what made the difference in that Birmingham City game. This Leeds game, though, is obviously going to be tough at Vicarage Road. Leeds beat Watford quite comfortably when we went to their ground earlier this season, and I'm expecting a similar performance from them at Vicarage Road on Friday evening. Leeds, as I mentioned earlier, currently sit top of the Championship. There's 1 point separating them between first and third. Obviously, Leicester just below them, and then Ipswich chasing them automatic promotion places as well. So, from my own personal perspective, I think they're going to be absolutely relentless come Friday evening, and I think it's maybe going to be too much for Watford to handle, especially looking at the attacking players that they have at their disposal. So in terms of my score prediction for the game, it's not looking too positive for me. Yes, against Birmingham City, as I mentioned, Watford did show a bit more fight and a bit more bite and willingness to run for Cleverley. But I don't think that's going to be enough to potentially beat Leeds. Now, of course, it could happen. In football, anything can happen. But, you know, Leeds chasing the Championship title. They do have Premier League quality players in their team. And it's not to say Watford can't pick up a result, because quite possibly we can. And I'm a positive Watford fan as well. But just looking at the situation currently, yeah, I'm not expecting a Watford victory this weekend. So in terms of my score prediction, I'll go 2-1 to Leeds. Yasser Espria to get the goal for Watford. But as I said, I think Leeds are going to be too hot to handle, and I think they'll comfortably pick up the victory at Vicarage Road. So yes, let me know your score predictions in the comments section down below. It's great to be back filming videos for you guys after a break over the international period. Only a few games left now until the end of the season. I think we've got 8 games to go until the end of the season. So hopefully Watford can finish on a high, or at least a more positive run of form compared to under Valérien Ismaël towards the end of his tenure. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you again very soon for another video or live stream. Bye-bye.